Hi everyone, it's Jennifer from Fiberflux. In this video, I will show you how to crochet the outline ribbed scarf. This is a super easy and kind of a minimalistic looking scarf. It has a gray body with just a simple edge on it. And for this project, you'll need a 6mm J crochet hook, a pair of scissors, a tapestry needle, and for the yarn, you'll need some worsted weight yarn. I used gray for the main part of the scarf and just a little bit of black for the edging. However, I've seen on Ravelry, a lot of you have made this in different colors, so feel free to use any color you like. And if you'd like to substitute yarn, or if you're looking for a different yarn to use, for the scarf in the photo at the beginning of this video, I used Cascade 220. I have here some Red Heart Super Saver, but if you want to use a different yarn than that, just look for something that recommends a J crochet hook, and that will be most helpful. So let's get started. This scarf is extremely customizable. You can make this as long as you'd like it to be and as wide as you'd like it to be. We're going to begin with our starting chain. The starting chain you'll make as long as you'd like the length of your scarf to be. We're going to be making our scarf lengthwise, so we'll be working from the side of the scarf over instead of from the bottom up like a regular scarf. So we'll be working this lengthwise. So to begin, we're going to put a slip knot on our hook. To make a slip knot, wrap the yarn around your fingers to make a loop, bring the yarn behind the loop, reach in with your crochet hook, bring up the loop, and tighten. I'm going to make just a short kind of sampler size scarf. Obviously yours will be much longer, but we're going to make our starting chain the length of our scarf plus 2 more chains. Okay, so I'm just going to make a few chains here. If you've never made a chain, just wrap yarn around hook and bring it through the loop just like that. So once you've made the length of your scarf, just add 2 more chains to that. Okay? Obviously yours will be much longer because it will be the length of your scarf again. Okay? So let's begin. We're going to begin with our foundation row. In the second chain from the hook, this loop here does not count. So 1, 2, this chain here, we're going to work a single crochet. To work a single crochet, insert your hook into the chain, bring up a loop. Wrap yarn around hook, bring it through both loops. Single crochet. We're going to work a single crochet in each chain all the way across our scarf. And again, as far as color goes, I've seen so many of these in so many pretty colors that you've emailed to me. I've seen on Ravelry and social media, all these pretty color combinations. Okay, we're just working let me get some more yarn. Just working a single crochet all the way across our starting chain. Just like that, and then in the last chain as well. Okay, so your foundation row will look kind of like that. Again, it'll be much longer. Okay, so to work row 1, we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. Now, this is called the outline ribbed scarf. So to create these really pretty ribs in our scarf, we're going to work in the front loop only of our row. So let me show you what I mean by that. This is our stitch right here. Let me just show you. I'm going to just stick the hook in just to show you. If we insert our hook into the stitch, you can see we have, I'm going to take my tapestry now. You can see we have 2 loops, okay? We're just going to work into the front loop. Just like that. So just insert it into the front loop and then complete your single crochet as normal. Okay, front loop, finish your stitch. Front loop, finish your stitch, okay? Just the front loops only. So by doing that, by leaving, I'm going to flip it over for a sec, by leaving that other loop and not working it, it creates this nice little rib across our work. And once we finish our row, I'll be able to show you a little bit more of what I mean. So we're just going to continue across, working in those front loops until we get to the end of the row. And we'll also work a single crochet into the turning chain as well. Okay, so to finish your scarf, you're just going to be repeating this row over and over and over until the scarf is as wide as you would like it to be. Now, if you want to add the extra outline to make it truly the outline scarf, what you'll do is you'll break the yarn and then go ahead and fasten it off, just like that. And then you can take your black yarn or whatever color you chose, and we're just gonna simply tie the yarn right on. If you have a preferred method of joining yarn, feel free to do that. There's lots of different ways to do it. We're just gonna tie it right on. So what I do is insert your hook into that last stitch you completed. Bring your new yarn through and go ahead and just tie it right on. Whenever you're working striping, it is helpful to weave the ends in as you go along. It'll be less work for you to do later. So we're just going to work this edge, we're just going to repeat row 1 the same way we did before. So we're just going to work this row again, but just in a different color. Okay? So go ahead and, with your new yarn, bring up a loop. And I'm going to also show you how to weave these ends in as we go along as well. Okay? So turn your work, and we're still going to work into these front loops. Okay? So work into the front loop. We're just doing it with another color. I'm going to hold these ends along the edges I work. That will weave them in as we go along. Save you a little bit of work at the end. Okay? So we're just going to work into the front loops of our project. I'm also incorporating the ends as well. Okay? Go into the front loop. It can be a little cumbersome with these ends sometimes to hold all the stuff together. If you don't like doing this like this, weaving them in as you go along, you can just weave them in at the end. It's no big deal. Okay? Go in the front loop, incorporate those ends. Same way we've been doing. Okay, front loop. Okay, so it's starting to look like our finished scarf. So you'll just keep doing this all the way across. And then once you get about halfway in or so, you can take your scissors and give your tails a little tug and just trim them. And then just keep working. Okay, so we're just front loop, complete the stitch. Same way we've been doing all along. Just like that. Okay, so here we are at the end. We'll just work a single crochet in that turning chain as well. Okay, so we've come to the end. As you can see, we have a nice outline of our scarf. You can just break the yarn at this point. Go ahead and fasten that off. Now, just take your tapestry needle. And I wanted to mention one little thing here. When you weave in your ends, make sure you're weaving the same color into the same area of your project. And what I mean by that is weave this black into the black outline section of your scarf so it blends. Otherwise you'll have a line of a different color running through your project. Okay, come in the other direction. and just snip, okay? You'll do the same for the other end, and then your scarf will be complete. So that is how you crochet the outline ribbed scarf. I wanted to point out, we did a few little ribs here. You can kind of see them on both sides. And there's our scarf. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure and click the red subscribe button to get all the latest Fiberflux video updates. Thanks again.